There is a voicemail line associated with this very program. The number is 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me the old-fashioned way at daily@dollemore.com. From time to time, and from time to time, by that I mean every day, I get dozens and dozens of voicemails, sometimes hundreds of voicemails and emails and messages across the different platforms, critiquing my style and the very substance of my reporting, of my analysis, of my commentary. And this particular one is one of those critiques. Oftentimes, too, I get criticized for things that I think I'm doing correctly, criticized for not doing a thing that I think I do on the reg. And this is one of those emails, or this is one of those voicemails. I welcome criticism. I'm open to criticism. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have a voicemail line. I wouldn't invite the audience at the end of every single video to tell me what they think. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being told I'm wrong. I'm okay with being told I'm not bold or brash enough. And even when I think the caller isn't exactly on point. So let's get to this voicemail. I may start and stop. We'll see how this goes. It does appear to be a 3-minute voicemail, which it's a Google Voice number, and they cut you off at 3 minutes. I haven't listened to the full 3 minutes to see exactly what happens, but here we go.
This is in regard to Pete Hegseth with the questioning of using military force on the American people, which no doubt he will. I really wish we Democrats were much stronger with this. I really wish Democrats would get their ass out there and speak for the Democrats, which they just don't, the way Republicans do. But you keep saying that these people that Trump assigned are bootlickers. I really get frustrated when you say that. The whole party is bootlickers. Every single one of them. If they don't get up and denounce what Trump is saying, they're just as guilty. Yet, I listen to Midas Touch across the board to everyone, even you, many, many times, daily. And you guys seem to separate the Republican Party like they're normal from these bootlickers that Trump assigns. All of them are. Every single one of them. And it makes me sick that the people that have the microphone for me, which is you, and thank you so much, it's doing this. These guys are just as guilty. The Republican Party should not even be the Republican Party anymore. The Democrats should have branded January 6th right on Trump's ass and assigned a national day for him to recognize him as that day being for him. I kind of got confused with little words there, but I'm sorry. They should have branded Trump for that day. Didn't bother. There was so much that Trump did that Democrats just stand on their ass. If Biden, elected official, did this, just one person did this, denounced it or didn't answer about the military force against the American people, oh my God, they would have raised hell. And every American would have heard of it. Globally, they would have heard of it. But since it's Trump's people and Democrats are so lazy that the only time they get out there is when they need my vote, which they will never get again until they do get out there and start speaking for me. We can convince this country that people are eating cats and dogs, but we can't convince this country that universal health care is the way to go. It's just amazing. To me, sometimes when you sit in silence, you're just as guilty, and I feel the Democrats are just as guilty. They do nothing but stand there and watch this man just ruin this country. For 9 years now, this man has ruined this country, and Democrats have not even branded this man as a cult leader, branded this man as a communist, as a dictator. They should brand him.
And cut off. So listen, a lot of times when people call, thank you for the call. Thank you for the criticism. I don't think it's well-founded, but I appreciate it nonetheless. If you think that I think there are normal Republicans, you don't listen or watch enough of my content. I don't think that there are normal, non-MAGA Republicans. I've criticized Hakeem Jeffries and just elected Democrat leadership to no end about separating Republicans into MAGA Republican and regular Republican. There are no regular. I've criticized Joe Biden ad nauseum for referring to Mitch McConnell as an honorable man, as Kevin McCarthy as an honest man. They are not. We are too beholden to this my good friend across the aisle kind of an aesthetic in politics that no longer exists. I don't know that it ever did. This parliamentary procedure and a custom of treating the other side as though we just have differences of opinion. That's not true. I don't even hold that opinion about Republican voters. If you voted, you can say, look, I know lots of people who say, oh, I'm not a bigot. I don't care if two gay dudes or two gay women get married. I don't care. I don't want to oppress gay people. I don't want to oppress people of color and try to suppress the vote in the black community. I don't want that. That's fine. But if you vote for Donald Trump, you voted for a candidate who will put those policies into place. I'm not somebody who gives a pass to Republicans, whether it be Republican voters, whether it be run-of-the-mill Republicans not in leadership, whether it be leadership Republicans. I do not do that. They are all bootlickers to me. And I absolutely do call that out. As far as Democrats being lazy, I don't think it's a laziness of holding Donald Trump accountable. I think it's mistakes based on this idea that we're all good friends. We just have different ideas. Joe Biden failed by appointing a failure of an attorney general in Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland, and this is not the first time I've said it, it's maybe the 100th time I've said it. Merrick Garland probably would have made a great Supreme Court justice, but he was an abject failure of an attorney general. He sat on his hands and he waited and he waited and he waited until it was too long. It was too late to actually get together a case against Donald Trump, get together a case and bring it to trial to convict him for his crimes against the country. I've said that. I'm sure the ladies and gentlemen over at Midas Touch have said that. I don't watch a ton of YouTube content because I'm too busy making my own, but I'm sure they hold this same opinion. So listen, I understand people are frustrated. People are bothered by what is taking place. And if that frustration culminates and manifests itself in telling me how I'm doing things wrong, I'm okay with that. Keep that passion. Hold on to that irritation and that anger because it will carry us through into the midterms. The only thing I would criticize is saying that you're not going to vote again because all of these things that you're irritated about, that bother you, that you're so correctly identifying as a danger in Donald Trump, carrying out violence using his Secretary of Defense, that you would choose not to vote for Democrats? You would allow this to continue? I hope that's just your frustration speaking because it does not portend good things for the American people, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your acquaintances. It's not going to be good. Keep the fire, but make sure you're directing it in the right area and maintain that passion to make the country better. And you're only going to be able to do that, whether it be running for office yourself or voting. Voting. It's a chess move. It's not a purity culture. It's not a purity decision. It's not a litmus test. You're making moves, putting the people into place who are going to make the best decisions based on all the details at hand. I'm again okay with criticism. If you out there have information for the caller, something to say to the caller, you can call in. You can tell me how you agree with him and think I'm wrong. That's okay. Once again, that phone number, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me like many do, daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work, helping me get to 1 million subscribers. Eventually, it'll happen. I think it'll happen within the next 4 or 5 months. I would appreciate it very much. Subscribe and also consider supporting the work financially. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, $2 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com. Same deal, $2 a month, patreon.com/I Doubt It podcast. I love and appreciate you very much. Even you, caller, thank you for calling in. I'll see you next time. As always, be genuine. Take care of one another.